and welcome. I'm Alexander and this video is about my trip to Spiti Valley on a Royal Enfield. Spiti Valley, it is an incredible region. It was like traveling inside a charming art painted by God himself. We actually started from Ahmedabad and decided to transfer our bike to Chandigarh by a truck, then took a train to Chandigarh for ourselves. The idea of trip was doing a loop from Shimla to Shimla via Sangla, Nako, Tabo, Kaza and Chandrataal. On this trip, we thought we'll be having the mother of all the adventures of our life. And the trip started getting adventurous early in Ahmedabad, where I had already lost the keys of my bike in Ahmedabad while getting into the train. Shit happens. We were basically two guys to take the ride on one bike with all the luggage and shit. So this is us. Oh, sorry. No, wait, here. This is me with my Star Wars goggles on. And this is Shriyansh. He's a bit of a dickhead, but a nice brother. He's a family. He didn't even bother to wear a helmet throughout the trip and pretended his scarf and bandana to be his helmet. Badass. Following day, we left Chandi and reached Shimla. Easy peasy ride. We almost managed to collect 8 kgs of dust in our lungs. Walked around the mall road, made some new friends. To be true, if you're not a couple, Shimla might not interest you at all. You feel really cold. It's fucking lonely. Next day after Shimla, the journey had become interesting. We started getting into the mountains. We were supposed to stop at Sarahan for the night, but we felt brave enough to take a leap of faith and kept moving. Later on that road, we were joined by the gang and reached Sangla Valley in the evening, covering 220 kilometers in a day in the mountains. These are some of the nicest folks from Delhi we met on the road, and I was really surprised to see these gents from Delhi were so polite and humble. Further ahead, we had to take a detour across the mountain to reach Sangla. It was pretty rough because it was not a regular route to be taken to reach Sangla. We were not ready for it. And then we saw HRTC was crossing us over to the same path, and we were totally motivated. A big salute to the audacity of HRTC bus drivers. What awesome drivers they are. We reached Sangla Valley, a small town with most beautiful souls around. Again, we went out, made some new friends. Some of them asked us to join them for the drink, but we avoided it anyway. This is our view from the hotel rooftop. $500 for a night. Room worth every penny. Very next day, we were on the road again and headed towards Chitkul. Shriyansh with his DIY riding gear, and we were traveling light because we left our belongings at the hotel in Sangla. Interacted with locals for helping us directing towards chitkul. It is the last inhabited village near Indo-China border. The Indian road ends here. Potatoes grown in chitkul are one of the best in the world and are very expensive. We came back to Sangla, stayed there for the another night. Next morning we marched towards Kalpa, but again we ended up reaching Nako. It was sunny, good tarmac roads. One of the good things that happened during our trip that we never had to face the drama of a flat tire on the road, even if we were two guys on one bike with all the luggage. I guess it was the blessings. And sometimes we were confused, and it was best practice to ask locals about it. And in Himalayas, Google Map is just a piece of shit. You might end up in a bad cave. Moving on, we got to face what we were already prepared for, world's most treacherous road. But I guess it was still better than the road from Kaza to Manali. It was a time when everything on the bike and everything in the bike started falling on the road. Engine guard, sound horn, tail light, jerry stand, everything started falling apart from the bike. And then we realized why it is called the world's most treacherous road. Stopped by the road sign of the world's most treacherous road and took some pictures. Then we reached Nako. We went directly to the lake and asked locals if we could pitch our tent by the lake. And they said yes, why not? July. That night looked something like this from my lens. Shimmering stars, calm lake, cold breeze, and guess what? Random tourists drinking and dancing and loud music coming from their car at midnight. Anyways, so the next morning I woke up to this and everything was even. We woke up, folded in our tent, kick-started our bike and kissed the beautiful Nako goodbye.
Now it was time to see one of the oldest monastery and beautiful town called Tabo. On the way to Tabo, we took a detour towards Giyu monastery. There exists a mummy of Lama. Carbon dating has revealed the Tibetan mummy dating back to year 1475, making it over 500 years old. And finally to the Tabo.
Finally, we were in Tabo, where we stayed at Gaki Kangsar homestay. One of the best homestays at really affordable price. It was 700 to 800 something for 2 people. They got apple orchards in their garden. Next morning was for Tabo Monastery. Tabo Monastery is said to be 1000 years old and it was founded in 1996 AD. There are ancient fresco paintings, murals, and some well-preserved manuscripts. It was a perfect place to find peace and dive into the meditation. Then we were off for some cave dwelling. These ancient caves are carved by monks and still used for meditation. And off we went for strolling through the town. As we walked around, everything was just adorable. Saw kids enjoying sports. Then we stopped at Tenzin Corner for breakfast. Next day, we were set off to Kaza. Tabo to Kaza is just 50 kilometers. On the way to Kaza, we stopped at Dhankar Monastery. Dhankar looked like something out of a dream, a perfect picture. In Dhankar, we met these young monks. We spent some time watching them playing in their own world. Being surrounded by them, it was like a sudden explosion of happiness and joy on the inside. And we reached Kaza. In Kaza, we were excited to stay at Zostal. Zostal Kaza is home of the traveler in the land of the Himalayas. Zostal is a chain of awesome hostels all around India. In Kaza, they got dormitories, rooms, and 5 billion star tents. We stayed in a dorm. In Zostal, we met Vishal, the host, a pure mountain man. In the evening, he took us to one nearby unexplored place. And it was total fun riding in plain ground and close by the mighty mountains. Next day, we were off to visit Giyu and Kibber monastery. Saw student monks playing volleyball with tourists. Amazing energy. Kibber. Visiting Giyu and Kibber, it can be done in a day and you can come back to Kaza. Shriyansh started feeling dizzy and got hit by AMS. For the record, it was my beer. We also heard that Kaza to Manali is the toughest stretch on our route. So we parted our ways till Manali. I left Shriyansh with HRTC heroes and I went riding alone to Chandrataal. I'm sure Shriyansh's journey was more fun. This is me near Chandrataal Lake, where you only get tents for the accommodation. From Chandrataal to Manali, I stop at tabo. Really generous people. And this is shimla. Finally, we reached Manali, safe and sound. Shriyansh left for Mumbai, and I caught up with friends Ashish. Our journey of lifetime ended here, and we are sure to visit God like Him always again. Fuck, this was dope.